Good evening, everybody, and welcome to West Carter High School for a Manta Sports Media presentation of Kentucky High School Volleyball. Tonight's matchup is going to be facing the home team of West Carter Lady Comets, who's currently 13-2 on the season and 3-0 in the 62nd District, as they're going to be taking on the East Carter Lady Raiders, who is currently right now 7-2 on the season and currently 2-1 in the district. So this is going to be definitely a good matchup here tonight as we are getting set to watch some volleyball action. Right now we got a little bit more than 10 minutes left to go on the clock before first serve, as East Carter is on the court right now, taking their warm-up time. Of course, as a reminder, in high school volleyball, the rules state it that that the visiting team will be the first team to serve, and so they are on the court first, warming up as we speak. As we said, we're expecting a good game here tonight because last time, all the way back in September 15th, West Carter took on East Carter at East Carter, and they were victorious in a very close matchup of 3-2. Of course, during that matchup, the East Carter won the first set 25-20. West Carter won the second set 25-19. Then East Carter won the third set 23-25. And then West Carter won the remaining two sets by 25-21 and 15-11. So definitely a close matchup between these two teams. And of course, there was a lot of production during that night for West Carter. As the team, when they last faced East back in September 15th, ended up netted a total of 51 kills with 4 players in double digits, with Rebecca Stevens 11 kills, Peyton Stegall with 11, Jenna Jordan with 12, and Madison Atkins with 11. Not too many on the blocks, just one solo block by Cora Burton. But then also it netted up 43 assists, with 35 of those coming from Madison Atkins. And then the team had an awesome night digging with a total of 81 digs. Malia Airwood led the team with 28, followed by Madison Atkins with 18, and Kinsey Hay with 14. And then also notable was Haley James, number 20, with 11 digs. They also netted up 20 aces during that match. So definitely something to keep our eye on for today. Of course, East Carter, definitely fought them all the way that night in the first matchup of the season. Of course, the stats not too impressive on the East Carter side, with a total of 26 kills, 24 assists, and 19 digs and 14 aces. But they did net up 3 blocks. So the stat sheet doesn't always tell the whole story. If you look at it, you would think that West Carter blew them out of the water. But however, it was a long night for both teams, with West Carter putting up more stats and ending up getting the victory. Of course, a couple people that we'll need to be watching out for tonight on the East Carter squad was Lissa Navire, who had 9 kills on the night. So she's going to be someone that we need to watch out for, as well as JC Green. She netted 7 kills, and Alexis Thompson with 4, and Kylie Boggs with 4 as well. And so definitely some people that we need to watch out for. Of course, their setter is Kylie Boggs, so she kind of does a little bit of it all. She ended up the night with 20 assists. So it will be definitely interesting to see what we're going to be faced here tonight. As we mentioned, West Carter, of course, coming off only their second loss of the year, took on a very tough Paintsville team in the All-A sectional. Of course, the All-A tournament, very good record right now with, as we said, 13 wins, 2 losses, total of 13-1 in the region, and they are a perfect 3-0 in the 16th region. So definitely something we're going to be looking for here tonight. Of course, definitely the big targets, as we're used to seeing on this Lady Comet squad. Definitely probably the one that everybody's got their eyes on tonight is Madison Atkins. She's been proven to kind of do a little bit of everything. She can block, she's their setter, and she can attack. So, and she's also had several digs. So it's one of those things that everybody's going to be watching for her tonight to see how she performs. But definitely not the only one on the squad. There are several other really good players. West Carter with an excellent squad this year. I would fair to say that they are probably one of the best teams in the region, if not the best team at the moment. So definitely they are looking very good coming in. And like I said, even though that they had a loss on their last matchup against Pikeville, they are a tough team to beat. And so they even took Pikeville down to the wire in several of those games. Of course, a few people to watch out for is Melia Airwood, the libero, definitely are the dig leader on the team. And then, of course, the big targets to watch out for is Jenna Jordan, Peyton Stegall, and Rebecca Stevens, usually getting up there on the front line and getting the job done for West Carter. So as we see West Carter now on the court, getting things ready to go for their warm-up session. Of course, as we said, East Carter is 7-2 on the season so far, so not too shabby as far as that goes. But East Carter is a very scrappy team, so definitely a team that you never want to underestimate. They may not put up the stats like West Carter or anything else on there, but they will definitely give you a run for your money as the night progresses. As we said, even ever since I coached several years ago, back in the 08 season, 08, 09, and the 10 season for the Lady Comets, they have always been a team that gets to the ball, and they're not going to cause a whole lot of errors out there. And usually they're very well coached. Of course, they had a long-time coach in Kathy Harris, and so still several of her recruits and everything playing out there for the Lady Raiders tonight. But the new coach has been in for a couple seasons, Jennifer Clark for East Carter. Of course, Christy Tackett in on her third season at the helm for West Carter, and she has brought some major success to this high school, and we are glad to have her as our coach and everything. And I'm sure these players are glad and very well trained and well disciplined. And so we do appreciate everything that the staff here does for us at West Carter. But definitely a good crowd on hand for tonight, as they are all over the place here tonight. Usually in volleyball, you don't see too large of a crowds. Usually you fill up one side, but tonight we've got them all across the area in the middle section here at the gym, and as well as on the other side. So definitely a good crowd here, of course, for the Battle for Carter County Part 2 here at West Carter. So we got about a minute left before we get ready for the first serve here at West Carter. Of course, tonight the officials, there are going to be 4 of them out on the court tonight. Usually we see 2 of the officials, one on the ladder and one on the floor. But this being a district matchup, they are bringing out the professional line judges here tonight. So that definitely should take a little bit of the pressure off of the R1 and R2, as they have their own fellow crew members here tonight to line judge. Of course, Dr. Jerry Foster is up on the ladder tonight as the R1, seasoned official and a very nice guy to know. So we are looking forward to a good game, and this should be a very competitive game as we are getting ready here within the next 10 seconds to get the players on the court for first serve. Of course, as we said, with COVID, different procedures in place and everything. So usually the teams would line up on the end lines and they'd shake hands going through, but can't be as Governor Bashir says you can't be doing that, and so we are not shaking hands tonight. But they definitely do have good sportsmanship across both teams. So East Carter is going to be serving first. As on the court for West Carter, we got number 2, Peyton Stegall. Number 8, Madison Atkins. Number 43, Rebecca Stevens. Number 3, Jenna Jones. Number 34, Kenzie Hay. And number 20, Haley James. And, of course, coming in as the libero for West Carter is Melia Airwood. For East Carter, we'll get the numbers as we see here. I believe we have. We'll get some of those as we get through there. But right now, number 4, Kylie Boggs, getting ready and set to serve it for the Lady Raiders. So West Carter gets this one over to Stegall and down for the kill. So West Carter strikes first and gets it off a huge Peyton Stegall kill, who is now back to serve for West Carter. East Carter tries to tip it over. Atkins keeps it alive, puts it right over the top of Stevens' head, but nobody was there to follow through, and so our score is now tied up at 1-all. Number 42 now, Madison Gallahue, a senior, serving now for East Carter. As Atkins sets it up over to Jordan. Off the block, East Carter is able to dig that one out. Gets it back over. Airwood with the dig. Atkins sets it up to Stevens, and that one is one-handed off of the East Carter defender and out of bounds, and so that is going to be point West Carter. As we're getting a substitution now for East Carter, number 8, that is Mackenzie Burton, is coming in for number 42, Madison Gallahue, as number 8, Madison Atkins, set to serve now for West Carter. Of course, coming in for West Carter as well, they had a sub, and that was Macy Inskeep. And so East Carter, they tried to dig that one out, put it up to the front row, but too shallow, too low for them to play, and so that's going to be a point West Carter. So West Carter now with the 2-point lead. Good serve by Atkins. East Carter gets this one, sets up, and that is a kill there by number 22, and that's J.C. Green of East Carter. So East Carter brings it back within 1. As we have another sub for East, number 2 coming in. That's Alyssa Navere. This one deep to the West Carter back row as they set this up to Stevens, and she pushes it over. East Carter setting up their offense, and that one is out of bounds. Point to West Carter. Number 0 checking in right now, Cora Burton coming in for Haley James, and Rebecca Stevens is back to serve now for West Carter. East able to get this one up. They try to get it set up, just one-handed over by East as they set this one up to Burton, and that one sails out of bounds. Point to East Carter, and it is now a 4-3 game. As number 18, Macy Felty served that one for East Carter. East Carter setting up the offense. That one is off the net and back at him, so that's going to be a point for West Carter on the attacking error. Peyton Atkins checks back in and comes in for the libero Airwood as Jenna Jordan now serving for the Lady Comets. That one a bit deep and out of bounds. Point to East Carter on the serving error. Another sub coming back in, 34, Kenzie Hay checking back in for Inskeep as East Carter is getting ready to serve. Then we have a sub in for East Carter, number 42, Madison Gallahue checking back into the front row for East. Number 9, Alexis Thompson serving for East, gets that one deep as West Carter sets it up to Stegall. Just a bit too much on that one, and so now we got a tied ball game at 5-all. And that one sails just wide out of bounds, and so that's going to be a point West Carter on the serving error. Kenzie Hay is back to serve for the Lady Comets. This This one brought short in front of the back row, but East Carter able to handle that as Atkins sets that one up to Burton, who fingertips it over. East now on the attack. Stevens able to get that one over to Stegall and down for the kill. West Carter put that one, Peyton Stegall just put it right in front of the back row defender, just slightly out of her reach. She tried to get for it and was not able to make it, so down ball and kill by Stegall. Hay gets this one to the back as they try to get it set up and off on a blocking error of West Carter. There's 2 or 3 of them up there trying to get the block, but that one goes out of bounds. As number 35 checks in for East Carter, that's Zoe Stidham, who's now going to be serving. This one popped up deep in the West Carter zone, and a little bit of miscommunication there on who was going to get that one over. It was going to be a free ball for West Carter, but a little miscommunication. Nobody went after it, and that is ties back up the ball game at 7-all. As Burton hits this one deep into the East Carter secondary. Atkins now setting up to Stegall. And that one-handed off the East Carter defender and down for another Peyton Stegall kill. As Haley James coming back in for Burton, and as she's going back to serve as well. As we kind of figured, any match between these two teams is going to be a tight matchup. And as we've seen right now, going back and forth, I think the largest lead so far has just been 2 on the night. So this is probably going to be, we're going to be set up for a long night here of some good volleyball. As East Carter digs this one up, sets it up front on the attack. West Carter is able to dig that up, gets it over to Stevens, who tries to take it over to the her right-hand side. And that one tipped, maybe got away with a net call there, but West Carter still got the ball to Stegall, and another kill as she drives it deep into the secondary of East Carter, and now has got another 2-point lead at 7-9. Stegall definitely taking charge of this team here tonight, as James is now serving it for West Carter. East gets it over to the left-hand side, dug out by Airwood. Atkins sets us up, another to Stegall, and that one just a bit long. The line judge called that one out of bounds, and so that's going to be a point to East Carter. So it brings us back into a 1-point ball game at 9-8. West Carter leading. Number 4, Kylie Boggs, now serving for East Carter. West Carter, Madison Atkins gets this one over one-handed. East Carter gets it set up. And that one just a bit too strong for Airwood, as that one goes off her hand and out of bounds. Point goes to East Carter, and now it's a tied ball game once again. Peyton Stegall with another kill tonight. She is definitely on fire for the Comets, and definitely the target that they are definitely hitting, and they are definitely hitting their mark with her, as she is now back to serve for the Lady Comets and gets an ace of her own. So now West Carter with another 2-point lead at 11-9. That's a serving error, and that point goes to East Carter, and so it's now back to a 1-point lead. The Comets been able to hold on to this lead just about all game, just losing it to a couple ties here, but they are holding on to a slight lead as they get a little help from the net on that one. As it hits the tape, rolls over, and falls flat right in between the defense. As number 8 now, Mackenzie Burton checks back in for East Carter, and Madison Atkins set to serve now for West Carter. East Carter gets this one to the net, pushed over. West Carter getting their offense set up. This time gets it to Stevens, and she gets it down for a kill of her own. West Carter definitely showing the offense here tonight as they extend their lead out to 3 at a score of 13-10. East Carter tries to get this one set up. Hits it cross court. Atkins digs that one out. Push back over, try to get it right back to her, but Airwood is there. Inskeep now on the kill. So West Carter with their largest lead of the night so far with a 14-10 lead there. And East Carter is going to call a timeout, try to get everything settled back down. And just a reminder that you are watching Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. If you'd like to contact us to inquire about advertising or donations or sponsorship, feel free to email us at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com or give us a phone call or text us at 606-207-3315. As well, you can message us here on Facebook, and we will get back with you as soon as we can. So thank you for tuning in and being with us here tonight. Also, make sure that you check out our YouTube channel. Currently, we're not running live off of YouTube yet, but we do have replays of all of our games available on YouTube. Usually that's within a day or two after the game airs. Of course, West Carter is still with the 4-point lead coming out here. Of course, tomorrow night we're going to be back on the air again as West Carter is going to be in football action tomorrow night here at home. So this one, Airwood popped it up and had 3 comments out there. You had Atkins and James and Jordan all going after it, but everybody was taking a dive for it, but couldn't convert on that one. So number 22 now, J.C. Green serving for East Carter. East Carter getting this one set up. James on the dig. Atkins setting it up. Over to Jordan. And that one just barely squeaks by in the corner for the Lady Comets. And so that cuts the West Carter lead down to 2 at a score of 14-12. Airwood digs this one up. James sets it up. Airwood going to free ball it over as East Carter getting it set up. As the outside hitter rotated around her to get to it. Atkins going to back row attack. Didn't convert on that one. Atkins digs it back up. Airwood sets it to Jordan, and that one is a miss hit, and East Carter now cuts the lead to 1. This game definitely going back and forth. Nobody getting a real dominating lead as West Carter had the largest lead just a few moments ago of 4. Atkins sets this one up to Jordan. East Carter one-hands it up and is able to save it. Deep hit by East Carter. Atkins sets this one up to Stevens. Gets it down on the court for a kill. As number 0, Cora Burton checking in for the Lady Comets. And number 34, Rebecca Stevens, a junior, now serving. East Carter pops this one up, trying to get their offense going. A little bit of a miss hit on the set. Didn't get it quite to her. Inskeep on the deep attack, and nobody was there. My goodness. They had a good dig on there, and it just went over top of several East Carter players, and nobody was there to make the play. So that's going to be a point West Carter. And on the serving error, it's now 16-14 with West Carter on top, and East now serving. Atkins fingertips it over, and that one is down for a West Carter point. 18, Macy Felty was serving for East Carter on that last set. And we have Malia Airwood now serving for West Carter. Gets this one up close to the net, kind of flips it over for East. West Carter gets it on the attack to Stegall. And they're able to keep this one alive. Some good play. As I said, East Carter will beat you to death like that, but Stegall says not this time as she gets it just off the arm of the defender. And West Carter is back on top by 4 points with a score of 18-14. Stegall having a fantastic night here tonight with several kills under her name tonight. West Carter getting ready to set up the offense as this one goes to Stegall again, off the defender, off another player, and down for another Stegall kill. Stegall definitely racking up the points here tonight for West Carter. As West Carter now with the largest lead of the night of 5. As Airwood now serving for the Lady Comets. Gets this one over, and that is a bad set by number 4, Boggs. She tries to get it set up to her outside hitter and just overshoots her by a good 6 to 7 feet. Airwood now serving again. East getting this one set up. Back row attack by number 22. Atkins free balls this one over with the push. As East Carter tries to get this set up again. Stevens able to get it up. Airwood free ball, getting it up to the front for a free ball West Carter, and a attack error by East Carter. That was number 2, Alyssa Navere. As West Carter now with a 7-point lead. Definitely in the driver's seat here tonight. I think West Carter in this last rally has kind of shocked East Carter, as there is another hitting error for East Carter and an ace for West Carter as they extend out their lead to 8. And so East Carter going to try to settle things down as they call their second timeout of the set. So that is the last one remaining for them for this first set. And once again, we'd just like to thank you for tuning in to Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. If you'd like to contact us, shoot us an email at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com, or call or text us at 606-207-3315, or shoot us a message on Facebook. Make sure that you like and share our feed that's here tonight. And also don't forget to check out our YouTube channel as well, where we have replays of all of the live broadcasts that we air on Facebook. So if you miss a game, you can still tune into Facebook and catch a catch the replay on there. Or if you don't have Facebook, you can always check out YouTube as well, as we have the replays available a day or two after the match airs. So East Carter trying to stop the bleeding here today, but I think they've just been shocked by the wave of the West Carter attacks here in the last little bit. Seems like they're not moving as much as what they did to begin out the set with. So we'll see how they respond after the timeout. It's Airwood set to serve. East gets this one sets up. Atkins now gets it over to Stegall. East Carter able to handle that one, and East Carter kill. I believe that was by number 9, Alexis Thompson. So as East Carter takes the ball back and gets their 15th point of the night, as we had a substitution there for East Carter, and then Kinsey Hay coming back in for West Carter in the back row. Number 9, Thompson, serving for East. As Stegall drills this one hard into the fingertips of the back row defender, but she's able to hold on to it. And Stegall this time tips it over, kind of throws East Carter off a little bit, but they're able to save it. Once again, this time she's going to go with some power and drills it to the back row for West Carter's 23rd point. So 2 points away from winning the first set here tonight, as Kinsey Hay is now serving for West. West Carter definitely trying to mix it up a little bit, trying to get some soft shots in and mix it up with some hard shots, and that's about what you have to do to throw a team off a little bit. As Stegall gets this one, and that one is inbounds, and so West Carter has got set point number 1, and are now with the largest lead of the game so far or the set at 9 points. So a West Carter point or an East Carter error will win this first set for West as they get their offense set up. And this one is blocked, the double block there. I think Atkins had that mostly, but Cora Burton was there as well. And so West Carter wins the first set here tonight at a score of 25-15. Wow, that was a big set for the longest time at the beginning. West Carter and East was trading jabs back and forth. Nobody was getting a real strong lead on there. They were just holding on, and then finally West Carter at the end of that set ended up dominating and running the board in the last few serve rotations and really put East Carter back on their heels a little bit. So if West Carter continues to play at this level, we may be in for a short night. I was kind of planning for a longer night here, but West Carter dominating in that first set, 25-15. And so once again, you are watching Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. As we're back here at West Carter once again, as we said, we are going to be live on the air tomorrow night for West Carter versus Prestonsburg in their third district matchup in the 2A class football. West Carter football having a great season, as well as the Lady Comets. Currently, the West Carter football squad is 4-0 on the season, pitching 2 shutouts against East Carter and Boyd County in their first 2 games, and then only allowing 26 points in the other 2 games while scoring, get this, 106 points in 2 games. Both of the scores 53 for West Carter, so they defeated Shelby Valley on the 25th at Shelby Valley, 53-14. And then on a game that you've seen here live on Manta Sports Media, we had on October 2nd the Bath County game, and that was West Carter versus Bath County, and they dominated them by a score of 53-12 as well. So some exciting games and a lot of good success coming up here for the Lady Comets and the Comets all together as the teams are getting back out on the court. Taking a look now for the roster of East Carter. Now they have number 22, J.C. Green, number 42, Madison Gollahue, number 18, Macy Felty. Trying to catch a few other numbers here. 35 is also there, and that's Zoe Stidham. Number 4, that's Kylie Boggs. And one number I can't just quite see. She's in the back middle, but we'll get her here in just a second. As Haley James is going to be serving for West Carter to start things out. And number 9, that's the other one, Alexis Thompson, is the other starter for East Carter in the second set, as West Carter has James, Hay, Airwood, Stegall, Atkins, and Stevens. So good dig there by Stegall, and still on the ground, and gets that one off and gets it to Stegall, and a kill. Like I said, Peyton Stegall, I think she is having a fantastic night tonight. She was able to get stretch out to get the dig, and then they hit it right back to her while she was hitting on the ground, while she was still on the ground, and from her backside popped that one up and allowed West Carter to get the kill. And there is an ace for James. So West Carter picking things back up where they left off in the last set, scoring 2 straight points off of a kill and an ace. East Carter going on the attack this time. That was Green trying to get it over there, and Green gets the Rebecca Stevens attack and puts it right back just over top of her head, and so that's going to give East Carter their first point on the night on a good block by Green. Stegall trying to power it up, but Green is there to block it. And East Carter seeing the gap over on the left-hand side. And so that's going to tie things back up for the Lady Raiders as it is all squared away at 2-all. Stegall on the hit. East just tapping it over and puts it right over top of the block of Atkins and right in front of Hay. And so East Carter has their first lead of the night in this second set at 3-2. Stevens trying to tie things back up, but another East Carter point on the attack error. And so we are now at 4-2. And this is Kylie Boggs serving for East Carter. Green tries to set it up, gets it over back to Boggs, and tipped over by Green. West Carter on the offense. Peyton Stegall puts it right in the middle of all the Raiders and gets the ball back for West Carter. Stegall back to serve now. And the point's going to go to West Carter, and that is a hitting error. They're calling prolonged contact against the Lady Raiders, so there's a hitting error against East Carter, and that's going to tie things back up at 4-4. Good serve by Stegall as Green tries to attack it in on West Carter. And then Jordan kill right over the shoulder of an East Carter defender, and so West Carter takes the lead back early on in this second set at 5-4. So Jordan with a nice kill, just put it right off her shoulder. And another miscommunication by East, and West Carter now has a 2-point lead of their own. And East struggling still just a little bit to handle these Stegall serves as they're looking to their coach for some advice and some words of encouragement, but she's going to go ahead and call timeout, try to stop this 5-0 West Carter run as West Carter now has a 3-point lead here in the second set of 7-4. Of course, West Carter won the first set and currently leads in the match and currently leads in this set as well. So West Carter showing why they are 13-1 in this region and 13-2 overall. Of course, in my experience, I have found out that as you play tougher teams, you play better volleyball. Because a lot of times teams will work out their schedules and everything, and usually you want to put the tougher teams closer at the end of the season. That way, so you are playing better volleyball when it comes time for the district and regional tournament. And so this is definitely going to decide the who's going to be the number 1 seed in the tournament. And that one just barely did not make it over the net for West Carter. And so that's an attacking error and is going to give East Carter back the ball. As West Carter is right now solely on top of the 62nd district with a record of 3-0, but East Carter's nipping on their tail as Jordan tries to get that one and is blocked by the net. And so that one, the point is going to go to East Carter, and East Carter has cut the lead to 1 as number 42, Madison Gollahue, serving. And that one sails out of bounds, giving West Carter back the ball and a 2-point lead as Macy Inskeep is checking back in for Kenzie Hay. Madison Atkins going to be serving now for West Carter. And so back row attack now by Atkins. Hits this one deep into the East Carter secondary. And Inskeep on the passing error, and that's going to give East Carter the point and cut the West Carter lead to 1. As now number 2, Alyssa Navire is now coming in for the Lady Raiders, and number 22, Green, JC Green now serving. Rebecca Stevens drills it to the back row of East Carter as Green tries to do it herself in the back row. And that one is a block by number 2, Alyssa Navire. Puts it just right over top of the West Carter front line. And that's going to give tie up the ball game now to East Carter 8-all. Inskeep knocks it over. West Carter coming back. Back row attack of their own. Green's able to pop that one up, gets it up to Boggs. And that one a hit right off of James and out of bounds. So East Carter now has their second lead of the night at a score of 8-9. So Green getting a little bit of a float serve in there, not too awful hard. But she's putting it right there, trying to make it a little bit difficult as East Carter puts it right over top of the block, and that's Alyssa Navire, and East Carter now has a 2-point lead. Atkins sets this up to Stevens, and that one just about hit, but sailed out of bounds. The defender tried to go for it, but didn't make contact with it. And West Carter, Coach Tackett, now wanting to settle her team down as they are down the most points that they have been on the night so far at a score of 11-3. So East Carter is on top at the moment. And once again, we'd just like to thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live and Manta Sports Media. So if you'd like to contact us, shoot us an email at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com, or give us a phone call or text us at 606-207-3315. We'd love to hear from you out there. Of course, as well, make sure that you put in on Facebook, comment, who are you rooting for here tonight? Where are you listening from? We'd love to get with you. Of course, we got a few people definitely tuning in for us on there, and we'll try to get that in between sets 2 and 3, a few of the Facebook comments. So try to get those out there, and we'll check that in the 3 minutes between the sets 2 and 3. As Green still serving now for East Carter. James gets us up to Atkins, to Stevens, tries to tip it over, gets it over the block, but East Carter able to get that as James puts it back up. And joust at the net. Stevens gets that one over. Jordan on the kill and gets that one in. Both line judges have it inbound, so there's a Jenna Jordan kill for West Carter. As number 0, Cora Burton, checks in now for Haley James. And Rebecca Stevens going back to the back to serve for West Carter. So free ball by East Carter. It's going to give West Carter a chance to set it up. Gets it to Jordan off the block and digs that one down, puts it underneath the net. And so West Carter bringing it to within 1 point, cutting the East Carter lead down to 1. On a couple nice kills there by Jordan. This one mishandled, so that is another ace for West Carter, and that ties the ball game back up at 11-all. Nice hard serve, and off the face of Green of East Carter goes out of bounds, and so that is going to give West Carter back the lead at 12-11. And that one mishit by number 8, Mackenzie Burton. West Carter is now on a really good run, up by 2 points now at 13-11. East Carter free balling it over to Airwood, to Atkins, to Jordan for the kill. So Jordan's starting to heat up. Or excuse me, that wasn't Jordan. That was, I believe, that was Burton. Or it might have been Jordan on that. I'd have to take a look at the replay just to make sure. I know that was Jordan. I take it back. That was Jordan. As Green free balls it deep into the West Carter area. And that time Jordan puts a little bit too much into it. And so the point is going to go to East Carter on the out-of-bounds hit. Sometimes when you see the lineups out there, you're trying to figure out who is where, and a lot of times they do rotate positions because you have to be in your correct spot when the serve is first brought out. But after the serve is made, you can move. As East Carter gets this one, Airwood digs it up over to Inskeep and gets it down for the kill. Part of the name of the game of this is definitely put it where they are not, and that is what Inskeep is excellent at. She can read the defense pretty well, see where they're at, see where they're trying to get set up to judge where she's going to be attacking, and she puts it down. So this one going over to Stegall. One-hander by East, and they're able to keep it up. Green tries to get it over, but hits it into the net, and so that's going to be a point for West Carter on the hitting error. As we are now at a 4-point lead, West Carter, 16-12. With Jordan back to serve for West. Gets an ace. Puts that one right in front of Macy Felty, and trying to see exactly how to position her feet on that one to get the play. That one a deep serve, maybe out of bounds, but East Carter hits it back. As Atkins now gets it over to Stegall. Green able to keep that alive for East. And now East hits it over, and now they're going to set it up to Inskeep. This time Green keeping it alive. West Carter setting back up the offense over to Stegall this time. And good dig by East Carter to keep it alive. Back row attack by Green. And this time right off the hands of Stegall. She tried to not play it too hard to keep it alive, but it was just a little bit too soft. And nobody could get to it, and so that's going to be a point for East Carter. So 17-13 is our score. As Thompson now serving for East Carter. Stegall. Here we go. Atkins free balls it over. East Carter now with the chance to set up their offense. Gets it to Atkins, who digs it up over to Airwood. Back row attack by Stevens. Good dig by East Carter. This one going back to Stegall off the top of the block. And East Carter going to have to free this one over to Green, who gets another attacking error on the deep shot. So that's going to give West Carter the point and a 5-point lead at 18-13. As Kenzie Hay getting ready to serve now for the Lady Comets. And so that one a deep shot and out of bounds by number 2, Alyssa Navere. And so that's going to give West Carter a 6-point lead. This was about where West Carter started taking off in the first set. And so it looks like history may be repeating itself just a little bit. As another hitting error, and that one's going to be a 4 contacts. As the player caught it, knew it was the 4th contact. But generally, we always tell our players, play till the whistle blows, because you never know if the official lost count or anything. I know I have before, and if they definitely catch it, you're like, okay, that's 4 hits. So Green this time getting it over for the free ball. As East Carter now setting it up, she gets it over to her left-hand side. Airwood easily digs that out. Atkins to Stegall. Good dig out by East Carter. And this one hit over by number 4 Boggs, as Stegall takes that one, hits it back over again. Hits it over to Gollihue. Gollihue deep to Stevens, to Atkins, to Stegall. And my goodness, that is Macy Felty getting that. But then East Carter hits it out of bounds, and so West Carter has now got an 8-point lead once again. As number 35 is checking in now for East Carter. That's Zoe Stidham. And Kenzie Hay is back to serve for West Carter. Felty having a tough night, having to handle all those attacks, but she's doing very well with it. So pushed over by East Carter, the server or the setter, and Atkins wants to show her how it's done. Gets a dump of her own on the side, and so West Carter is now up by 9 at a score, I believe my score is wrong compared to the scoreboard here. It should be, nope, they're now getting that fixed. Should be 22-13, so they do have a 9-point lead. As Green hits this one deep and out of bounds. And so West Carter now 2 points away from taking the first 2 sets on the back of some Kinsey Hay serves. So that one's popped up by East Carter. Green's going to try to get this one over again. And this time she puts it right in front of Airwood and gets the point. So East Carter having a little trouble with some of the serving for West Carter, as Stidham is now going to be serving now for East. And that one's marked out of bounds, and so West Carter is at set point for the second set, as Burton is going back to serve for the Lady Comets. Generally when you are serving, sometimes the coaches will give you a call and tell you a player to hit toward, and then pretty much then you start reading the defense at that point in time and try to figure out who's having trouble handling the ball, and you try to hit it to them. As Stegall trying to put this one away. Felty with another good dig. And that one put away by Stevens, and that is going to finish up the second set with a score of West Carter 25 and East Carter 14. So very similar to the first set, as West Carter now has a 2-0 lead over top of the East Carter Lady Raiders in this battle for Carter County. And so you are watching Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. If you'd like to email us, send us an email at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com. Call us or text us at 606-207-3315. If you'd like to advertise with us or sponsor us, we'd love to be able to hear from you. Had a good buddy of mine, Tim Collinsworth, excellent track star back in the late 90s, graduated with him. Heard from him over the weekend after the Bath County football game, and it was good to hear from him. Haven't heard from him in a long time, and he's sending his support and everything else from Wisconsin, so love to hear from him. So as we said, we're going to take a look at some of the Facebook comments right now, and of course one of our top fans, Tanya Rowe, giving Peyton Stegall some love out there, as she's having a fantastic night tonight. Cody Smith also giving Stegall a shout out, saying let's go number 2. Like I said, Stegall having a fantastic night here tonight. Wanda Lowe Lewis chiming in, wanted to cheer on West Carter, so we'd like to thank all of y'all for your comments and everything. So make sure, keep those comments coming. If you're not from around the area, let us know where you're listening to us at or watching us from us at, because I would love to hear from you. Kind of surprised by the amount of people that's been able to tune in over the last little bit. We've been as far north as New York and the Adirondack Mountains, and as far south as down in Florida. So love to hear where you're at. And then, of course, I had my good friend Tim Collinsworth listening to us in Wisconsin. So good to hear from all of you all, and to see you all join us here tonight for this battle of Carter County, West Carter versus East Carter. As the clock kicks down and getting ready to go for the third set, West Carter is dominating right now 2-0, but never count out the East Carter Lady Raiders, because they have been struggling here, but sometimes that's what will happen with them. They'll get down a little bit, and then they start battling back, and they start putting the pressure on you, because of course you don't get to 7-2 just by not playing tough volleyball, but East Carter definitely having a tough night here tonight, having some trouble handling a lot of the West Carter plays. Of course, East Carter having a few easier games here in the last little bit, so that may be a difference. Of course, their toughest battle they had here recently was against Russell, a very tough team, in which they lost on that one by a score of 3-1. And of course, they started out kind of slow, then they picked back up in the second set, and then the third and fourth sets they were kind of slowed off a little bit. So definitely having some challenges here tonight as they battled early on, but now they've been struggling a little bit to handle some of this West Carter power serving and power offense. As Atkins hits this one over to start things out. And a block by Atkins off of the green attack, and so that's going to give West Carter first blood on there. And so West Carter takes the lead as Jordan comes in for the libero Airwood. Stegall now serving. And a couple mishits going to lead to a free ball for East Carter. Atkins puts it over behind her head and dumps it behind her for a kill. So good dump there by Atkins, seeing that the defense was all right in front of her and nobody was behind her, so she just put it behind her head and let it go. Stegall now serving again, gets it over to Felty, who's been having a decent night on a lot of digging, but sometimes it's kind of tough as Atkins digs that one out. Hay gets that one over. Green. Atkins again gets it over to Stevens, who tries to tip it over, and that one knocked in deep by number 4, Boggs. And West Carter having a tough time being able to handle that one. So East Carter is going to get their first point of the third set and cut the West Carter lead to 1 with a score of 2-1. Of course, number 42, Madison Gallahue, a senior, now serving for East. Atkins gets this one over to Stevens, blocked by Green. Airwood saved that one. Could have been almost out of bounds, but tough to see. Atkins gets that one off while falling backwards, able to save it. And that one off of a Green kill is going to give tie the ball game up for East Carter. And Coach Tackett not liking what she's seeing out there early on of her defense. So she's calling a timeout to get the team back on track for them, because they started off very well, and then of course East Carter's taking the last 2 points here in this set. And of course you are watching Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. And as we said, be sure to tune in tomorrow as 7:30 kickoff for the West Carter football team, as they're taking their perfect score, perfect season so far. They're challenging on another good team from the 8th region, and so West Carter's still undefeated right now, and definitely on tops of their region or their district. As Atkins gets this one over to Jordan. Handled by Felty right in the middle. This one deep and off the fingertips of James. That one was number 9, Alexis Thompson, getting the point there for East Carter on the kill. And so now East Carter has a lead here in early in the third set at 3-2. So James gets this one, sets it up, free ball by Stevens. Green going to try to put it away, but can't. And Atkins trying to dump it over again. Gets it over top of the Green block, but Alexis Thompson was there, but could not make the play. So that's going to be a point. West Carter ties things back up as Madison Atkins, responsible for the last point, is back in, as Macy Inskeep is back in for West Carter as well. And that one off the tape, but kept alive by East Carter's number 4, Boggs. And so that one hit over by West Carter, but hits the boundary marker, and so that's going to give East Carter the point. And the serve at 4-3 as J.C. Green serving now for East. And Airwood diving after that one, but just a bit short, giving East Carter now a 2-point lead. East Carter very quick on the serve. They don't let much time go from when the whistle blows until they're serving, so they have in their mind already where it's going. Jordan with a good attempt on an attack there, and attack error by number 9. Thompson gives West Carter the point and the ball, and so West Carter trailing East by 1, but starting to show some signs of life here as Rebecca Stevens now serving and gets the ace. Good way to tie things up is with a strong ace. That was deep in the East Carter second row. I think that was Green was looking to see who was supposed to get that one, as that one is another miss hit and another ace by West Carter on that miss hit by Mackenzie Burton. So Stevens puts it back again. He's getting it right in between Burton and Green. East Carter frees this one over. Stevens gets it up to Atkins and over to Jordan, but that one sails a bit long and out of bounds, and so East Carter is going to tie the ball game back up at 6-all. So Macy Felty, number 18 now. She's a senior, getting ready to serve. Inskeep puts it right in front of Burton and gets the kill, and so that's going to give West Carter back the lead once again. As Malia Airwood back to serve now for the Lady Comets. East Carter trying to get it set up and run into their own player as they try to get the free ball over, and Stegall tries to get this one down, and that one is mishandled by the Lady Raiders, and so West Carter now has a 2-point lead. Still early in this third set, in which they're currently leading right now in the match 2-0. Stegall with a nice hit off the block. Boggs went up for the block, and Stegall put it right off of her left hand and went straight down for the kill by Stegall. She's having, of course, a fantastic night here tonight. And that one definitely going to be prolonged contact against Boggs. As she was trying to save it out of the net, she leaned back to get it, tried to push it forward, crossed over the plane of her body into a different area, and that's going to get the call on there. Of course, West Carter's streak of serving ends right there, as we're going to have subs for both sides. Kenzie Hayes checking in for West Carter, replacing Inskeep. And then number 42, Madison Gallhughes, checking in for East Carter. As Thompson now serving for East, gets that one out of bounds. And so point goes to West Carter on the serving error. Kenzie Hay now serving for West. Gets it up to the front, pushed over by East. West Carter keeping alive. Atkins punches it over, but makes contact with the net and crosses the center line, and is going to be called for the violation. It was kind of a double violation. She touched the net while her foot completely crossed the center line. That's going to cause a violation every time on there. So Zoe Stidham now serving for East. Airwood gets this up to Atkins, to Stegall, and that one sails out of bounds. And so point goes to East Carter, and the West Carter lead now is cut to 2. Stidham serving and getting this one into the net. Point's going to go to West Carter. Haley James checking back in for Cora Burton and will be serving for the Lady Comets. James serve hard and deep to the back row. Felty able to get this one up. Some miscommunication by East Carter as they're hollering each other to get it. And that one off of Stevens puts it in for the kill. So West Carter extending out their lead to 4. Green hits it to the back row. Atkins dumps it right over top of her, but that is saved by Boggs. And she tries it again, but this time on the attacking air. Atkins puts it right in the net and gives East Carter the point. So the lead now is 3. As Boggs now serving. Atkins gets this over to Stegall. And that one is down for another Stegall kill. So Peyton Stegall having a good night and is getting ready to serve now for the Lady Comets. And this one off of the Stevens, they put it just barely over the net, trying to get it up to their setter, but couldn't. They hit it just a little bit too deep, and Rebecca Stevens made them pay for that one. And that one, Green went up. Of course, just a reminder, you cannot block a serve. So Green going up, trying to not make contact and hit the ball back up, but just to pop it up. But that one sent it over top of the back row's head and out of bounds. And so the point goes to West Carter. So we are at 16-10. West Carter leading right now, about midway through this third set in a race to best out of 5. And so you are watching Manta Sports Media live on Facebook. If you'd like to contact us about advertising or sponsorship, feel free to get in contact with us at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com. Call us at 606-207-3315, or you can text us or send us a message on Facebook. Of course, don't forget to put down the comments on who you're rooting for and where you're listening to us from at. We'd love to be able to hear from you, and we love to be able to offer this service up to our viewers during the season, especially during this unprecedented COVID season. I'd like to thank Donna and Jeffrey Buckler for tuning in and watching us here tonight, and Christy Cottle cheering on Madison Atkins, having a good night on there as well. Stegall gets this one into the net, and so that's going to give East Carter the point on the serving error, and so it is now 16-11. Madison Gallahue now serving, and this one off the hands of the West Carter defender and out of bounds, and so that cuts the West Carter lead to 4. Of course, Christy Cottle, someone I went to school with, won't say the year and everything, but it's been just a few minutes on there. As Stevens gets this one, but East Carter able to keep it off the floor and hits it back over. And this time, Stevens gets it and puts it on the line. And so that is going to be a kill for Stevens and a point for West Carter. As Macy Inskeep is coming in now for Kenzie Hay. As Madison Atkins, who Christy Cottle was cheering for, is now serving for West Carter. And that one off the net, but gets over there by Green on the kill. So kind of took a little bit of a hop off the tape, but sometimes you get some breaks like that, and so East Carter gets one there. As number 2, Alyssa Navere is checking back in now for East, as Green is serving. Airwood gets this one up. Atkins takes it from cross court to set that one up to I believe Inskeep. Airwood gets that one and off her fingertips and out of bounds, and so that's going to be a point East Carter. So East cuts the lead now down to 3 for West. Stevens gets this one up. Atkins free balls it over. East trying to get the setup on the offense, and that one is off the block, and they're going to call that a touch. Point goes to East Carter, cutting the West Carter lead now down to 2. Didn't see who made contact with it, but I've seen a lot of hands up, and all it takes is one fingertip to put the point the other way. Stevens tries to get this one, and it is off of a Boggs missed dig, and so that's going to give West Carter the lead, 3-point lead at 18-15. As Cora Burton, number 0, comes in for Haley James. And Rebecca Stevens back to serve. Gets this one hard and deep in the East Carter secondary. And Boggs with a missed hit, giving West Carter now the point. And I'm back a 4-point lead at 19-15. So it seems about this midway point for East is when they start struggling just a little bit. But that one, a serving error by West, is going to give the point and cuts the lead down to 3. As that one ends up in the stands, so they're going to have to switch out the balls quickly due to COVID protocol. And Macy Felty will be serving now for East Carter. Jordan gets that one back, gets it over to Inskeep now. Dug out, Green flat foots it, hits it to the back row on the back row attack. Jordan gets it and off the defender, and so that's going to be a Jordan kill. So West Carter now 5 points away from closing out this match here tonight, but East Carter is still on their heels at 16 points. As Jordan back to serve. Green gets it up to Boggs, who gets it back to Green. Atkins now gets it to Stegall, and that one popped up by East Carter. Felty hits that one deep and out of bounds, and so that point goes to West Carter, and so West Carter now has a 5-point lead. As we said, it seems like tonight this has been the point when East Carter starts to struggle just a little bit, but they're hoping to keep things together. West Carter pops that one up off the block as Atkins gets it over to Stegall. Off the top of the tape, dug out by Felty. Atkins once again gets that to Jordan. Stevens pops it up, one-handed by East Carter. And that one out of bounds on the attack error by J.C. Green. So now West Carter 3 points away from putting away this match in a 3-0. Felty pops that one up. Boggs gets it. West Carter able to dig that one out over to Inskeep. Puts it right in front, but able to get it. That one free balled over by Felty. Atkins sets this one up to Stegall, who gets a kill. Puts that one right at the foot of Mackenzie Burton. And West Carter is now 2 points away from finishing off the shutout match here tonight. And that one sails out of bounds by Jordan. So East Carter alive for right now. As 42, Madison Gollihue checking back in for number 8, Mackenzie Burton. Number 9, Alexis Thompson serving for East Carter. As Stegall gets this one and hits it just a bit out of bounds, a little too much on that one. But they're going to give the point to West Carter. And they say that it was contacted. So someone must have made contact by East Carter, and so now it is match point here at West Carter, and West Carter now has definitely in the driver's seat as Kenzie Hay serves for the match. Airwood gets it up to Atkins, to Stegall. Gets that one off the tape, and it is down right in front of the East Carter blocker, Boggs. And that is going to finish things here tonight at West Carter. as the West Carter Lady Comets, as usual, singing the school fight song here after the victory tonight. West Carter putting things away quickly tonight. I was expecting this one to go just a little bit longer because East Carter is definitely not a team that you put away that easy. But they finish things off here tonight and sweep them in 3 straight sets. So we see West Carter wins here tonight. And so West Carter is going to be the sole number 1 seed in the 62nd district. And this year, the district tournament is going to be held at Morgan County High School. So it's a little bit away, but we hope to be down there and to be able to broadcast the 62nd district tournament here for you. We'll have some more information on that here in a little bit. So stay tuned to our Facebook page to make sure that you get all the information about the brackets and everything else. Of course, with Elliott County not playing any seeding games or anything else like that, it's going to be tough to tell if they're going to be in the tournament this year, because I think Elliott County only had 2 games on their schedule all season long. And so definitely be interesting to see if they do come in. If they do, I'm sure that will be who West Carter is going to be taking on in the 62nd district if Elliott County does play. Taking a look right now on the KHSA site to see what they have. And actually, Elliott County has canceled all their games this year, and they didn't file a roster with the KHSA. So Elliott County is not going to be in the running for the 62nd district this year. So that's going to leave West Carter now and East Carter as number 1 and number 2 seeds in the 62nd district, with Morgan County being the 3rd seed. And usually when a district has 3 seeds, the first seed, which in our case will be West Carter, they are going to be getting a first round bye, and they will play the winner of East Carter and Morgan County. And if history repeats itself, it looks like we're probably going to be having another East-West matchup for the 62nd District Championship. So West Carter, depending on if anything changes with the format, if it's a 3-team format, West Carter is already in the championship game for the 62nd District and automatically gets the bid into the 16th Regional Tournament. And, of course, that is going to be held here at West Carter High School. And, once again, we'll have some more information with that as we get that. And so, excellent night here by the Lady Comets as they put things away very quickly. 25-15, 25-14, 25-17, winning in straight sets. Of course, I would have to say the player of the game here tonight had to be Peyton Stegall. And Madison Atkins right behind her because that was kind of the 1-2 punch here tonight. Of course, Atkins having several good setter dumps as we see on there, and of course that's where they just put it right over the net instead of setting the ball up. Both of those players had an awesome night tonight, but the entire West Carter team was fantastic as they took care of East Carter in I lost my term on there, but just handling it on the short end of the game here tonight. So in short time, was able to put East Carter away. As we said, kind of expecting a good matchup between the 2 teams because in their first matchup early on in the year, West Carter beat East 2-3, and it definitely took all 5 sets to get that one done. But as we said, West Carter has been playing some tougher teams as they get nearing the end of the season. So this is the last home game for the regular season of the Lady Comets here tonight. So what would have been senior night, of course we had senior night a little bit earlier on in the year. West Carter wins the last regular season home game against East Carter. Of course, West Carter picking up a couple games over the weekend as they're going to be in a tri-match down in Richmond, Kentucky against Madison Central and Southwestern High School. Then they are going to be next week taking on Greenup County at Greenup County. And then depending on how everything goes, because Round County actually they dipped into the red category for sports, and they had to cancel their game against Madison Central on October 3rd. And their next schedule, Round County's next scheduled game is on October 10th against Ashland Blazer. So that's this Saturday. So we'll see if they get to play that because due to COVID regulations and everything, if the county goes red, then there's no sports that is supposed to be going on. And so Round County dipping into that. So we're going to have to see if they're still able to play on. Of course, West Carter already beating Greenup County earlier on the year, but is going to be facing two tough teams in Madison Central and Southwestern this weekend. And then, of course, Round County will be their next challenge if they're able to play them. Of course, Round County, just a little bit over 500 this year as they defeated Bath, Fleming, and Menifee. Has struggled against Boyd, then out of region team in Montgomery County, and then they also fell against Russell. And Round County, of course, being the defending 16th region champions in volleyball, hoping that COVID doesn't end their season for them, but we'll have to see how it plays out, because if I am correct, by seeing the maps and everything else on there, that a county has to go back to yellow before they are able to play sports again once a team goes red. And of course, Round County hovering close to that mark at 17.5 cases per 100,000. So we'll have to see how that goes. Of course, Carter County definitely on the wire themselves at 22.4 cases per 100,000, and 25 is the mark. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out on it and make sure that we're doing things to allow these players to play, because West Carter is having a fantastic season this year in all sports. Definitely the volleyball team, which now improved to 14-2 on the season, and the football team, which is 4-0 on the season and looking to defend their undefeated record tomorrow. But that will finish us up here tonight at West Carter for volleyball, with the final score: West Carter 3, East Carter 0, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-17. So make sure that you tune in to tomorrow night as game time is set for 7:30. And we will be on the air probably around 7:15 as the West Carter Comets is going to be taking on Prestonsburg on the hill here at West Carter High School. So for Jeff Irwin and the Manta Sports media team and everything else, we'd like to thank you tonight and your attendance and for watching us here today. And so for all of us, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. God bless you all and have a good evening. And just don't forget that you can't spell win without the W.